So this is going to be a little hard on Shannon and I, but
this one's definitely hard.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It is a cold, dreary, gloomy day today at Shady Acres. I think we're, I don't know, middle 40s. Got a little consistent breeze, about 8 to 12 miles an hour. And it's just kind of cold.
The fog has lifted.
The fog has lifted. Yeah, we had to wait on the fog to go away. We still got stuff going on with the mice. We've got updates on the renovation project of that slide in the camper. And of course, we're gonna go down and see Spruce. I do appreciate all the well wishes and the get betters and all that stuff. I'm feeling much better. Still just got a little bit of congestion to get over. The problem is, you live in a camper with your spouse and you get ill, you're gonna get sick too. You're gonna get the same thing. So I think Shannon, she's got that little burn in the back of her throat, which is how mine started.
A little bit of congestion.
So I was just, I was taught to share when I was a kid.
I don't need you to share that with me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We got some local honey. We got all the meds I was taking. We're gonna get her better soon and everything's gonna be back to normal. So if you guys remember, or if you just joined or you just pop in for a video every so often, just a couple of weeks ago, if that, we had a break-in in our run in that corner right there. Since then, Shannon has put up that
hardware cloth.
Hardware cloth, thank you. Still got a little brain fart going on. And so we set a couple of traps over here, which have not been triggered. And then we had the trail camera right here, but that has since been moved. And when that happened, we lost 2 of our guineas. And at the same time, that was when the Turks were getting at each other, I think. It was, yeah, that was the very next day.
Yeah.
And so we kind of had to change things up a little bit. And, we really tried to secure the run down, put these bales of straw around it. And everything was fine. We were doing great. We even got the Turks back to free ranging. We didn't have to lock them up.
And they weren't fighting.
And they were not fighting. Today is Saturday. Last night we had our date night with some friends of ours. And so we were coming up to get everybody taken care of, get the animals fed before we left. And of course we got to put the birds back in the run. Last night, before we go head into town for our dinner date, we came up to put the birds up. And all of the guineas and the Turks were standing like right in this area. Which typically when we're down there with the goats, they know it's about time to get their snacks and feed and water and be put up for the night. And so it was odd for them to be standing there, is my point. They would have been down there with us and then they follow us up the hill and the whole 9 yards. Didn't really think anything of it. We walk up on the group and I just gotta say it. Christina was upside down, just like the day I found her that way, feet in the air, head on the ground, but she was bloody. She had no feathers on her chest, like the entire meat of her chest. Well, I hadn't really started talking about it until now.
It was very unexpected to see her like that, and we both kind of went into panic mode, really.
Yeah, we literally, obviously we were on a time crunch, we were trying to get things done, be efficient and all that, but when you walk up on that, the favorite of all the birds, hands down.
The only one that had a name.
Yep. Stop. She's a bird, I get it. This happens all the time. We've lost 3 guineas, but what were their names? Guinea, Guinea, and Guinea. I don't know. Christina was different. She was great. So we were, I don't know, man, what am I? Celebrating that she had an awesome life. She had the best turkey life ever. But the problem was, and I'm about to show you, we tried while we were in the mindset, just for our own records. We took a little bit of footage for ourselves so that we could kind of do some research and figure out what in the world happened. I think we're going to spare you guys that. I don't think there's any need to see that. And it wasn't just Christina that was all bloody. So clearly one of the Turks was involved in some way, shape, or form. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But we're going to get the birds out. And you are going to see a little bit of dried blood on the front of one of the turkeys. Just warning you now.
Come on, birds.
obviously this is our first time letting them out since it happened last night. And, you know, we couldn't leave Christina lay right there in the middle, you know, halfway between our goats and halfway between our birds, just begging predators to come to that part of the land, because they typically have stayed out in the woods, other than when we've had the one break-in that we had over here. So yeah, we got the four-wheeler out, had to load her up and take her out to the back of the woods. So we went ahead and took care of everything we needed to last night and tried to, you know, keep it together. We still went out on our date with our friends. They happened to be viewers. Hi, Trevor and Amanda. And we had a good time, and wonderful friends like that, you know, we could talk to, and they know, they've met Christina multiple times. And so, you know, you got to roll with it. You know, it was an accident, I think. At first, I was super. I mean, this guy he was a goner. I was gonna so you can see, basically, he's bloody from right about where his feathers start up above his legs, and then it comes right up under his neck. But he didn't have any blood on his beak. His talons or his spurs were not bloody, but she definitely had like some scratch marks on her flesh where she was bloody. So I got to researching a little bit, and we had already known that when they start breeding or mating, that it can get a little aggressive and that they can harm or even sometimes kill the hen. Now, we have not witnessed them trying to mate her up to this point. And so I can't, obviously we didn't get it on camera, we didn't see it, so I really don't know if that's what it was. But we knew a few months back, she had sprained her leg or maybe broken it or something. So I put her up in the shed in the brooder that we raised them all in and got her back to health and then brought her back out. Ever since then, she's not been real stable when she's walking up the hill or she tries to jog, you know, and she kind of gets her flap on. And so is that what happened that one day when I found her upside down? I don't know. You know, would she have laid there and died if I didn't walk up on her at that time? Probably so. And did she do that yesterday? And if so, you know, we had to go into town in the afternoon, so we weren't out here when it happened. And what I read last night, yes, it can be rare, but sometimes it happens during the mating. If these guys realize that she's dying or dead, they will actually assist, they think they're helping, by going ahead and kind of finishing the job off. I know it sounds, I'm not trying to be whatever, but I found multiple instances of people reporting that very thing. So.
And part of the reason that we think that is because of the marks that she had on her. There weren't a bunch of feathers all over the ground, like maybe a predator had come up on her and she tried to get away or anything. It honestly looked like maybe she had flipped over on her back and one of the Turks was either maybe trying to help her or
which they do.
Whatever.
We learned about that they pick on the weak, and that was why when she hurt her leg, we wanted to take her out of the equation, because we even witnessed some of them just kind of picking at her feathers, and all she could do was sit there and let it happen. You know, so that's what we're choosing to believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was actually malicious. I think it was just nature kind of taking its course, and it happened. It is what it is. I will say this though, she will be very much missed. She was my favorite, you know, and I'm gonna miss her beeping and booping and bopping all over the place, but this was kind of a learning process for us, you know?
Yeah. She was doing something, we hadn't really shared it with you yet. Shannon and I were kind of researching, but she would go in like a statue mode, and she would get very symmetrical on center, and she'd stick her wings out and she'd kind of hunker down and she'd almost vibrate a little bit. And while she was doing that, you could touch her, you could pet her on the front, the back, wherever, and she was in this zone. And
she would stay there, she wouldn't walk away.
Yeah, so Shannon was looking up the egg-bound stuff. We were curious about maybe seizures. I don't know what all can happen to turkeys. But I guess my point is, we could kind of tell that she was maybe not in perfect health. We couldn't figure out what was going on, and maybe it was just a physical ailment, I don't know. So we're sad about it, but we're not dwelling on it, right?
Well, we're trying not to.
Yeah. You know, yeah, it's circle of life out here. You go get this many birds and animals and things, stuff's bound to happen. It just sucks that it was to, to Christina.
I know. So the next thing that we were super worried about last night was putting the big white Turk back in the run with his whole chest and belly and everything covered in blood, because we're just sure that it was going to attract more predators. So we were a little bit nervous last night, but everybody seems to be doing pretty good this morning.
Yeah, and I think the bigger concern there would be, I mean, obviously predators can smell that there's birds up at the top of this hill. I can smell that without even trying. But, you know, if they smell blood, they think either something's already been killed, maybe, you know, a raccoon hurt a bird, and then they can come in behind and carry off the carcass.
More attractive for them.
So we didn't want this to attract them and then to fight to get in there. But as of right now, we haven't inspected super closely, but I don't see anything out of place that would indicate anything messed with it. But yeah, high alert. So we came out here on the trail for a little bit of a, you know, peaceful walk. We didn't make it very far. By ourselves anyway. What are you guys doing?
You guys are silly.
So as you can tell, our birds kind of like us. Or they're just really weird and think that they just have to stay with us. So this is going to be a little hard on Shannon and I, but
this one's definitely hard. And especially because it wasn't like something got into the run and attacked him. I mean, it was like broad daylight when this happened. I think it was just an accident that she flipped over, you know?
Well, that's true. I didn't mention that, but it was during the day. It was not a predator. We saw absolutely no teeth marks or anything that would indicate.
The guineas never even alerted.
No?
You know?
Yeah. That one's going over to the neighboring property. Tell us what it's like over there.
Oh, they're all gonna follow now.
Hey, now don't you go over there eating their bugs.
You guys are supposed to eat bugs over here.
You guys are ridiculous.
Turks, come on. Let's not go that way.
All right, we better get moving this way.
Come on, birds.
Let's go, birds.
Come on, Turks.
I'm going this way, birds. I'm gonna go eat all your scratch and wormies. So I know a lot of you guys were Christina fans. I'm sorry. We were Christina fans. Yeah, she was a great one. You know, comments about whether or not we're going to get more blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're talking about right now. So, and I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying we haven't even, that's not even on the mind.
We haven't even talked about it yet.
No. But we will remember how awesome Christina was and all the things we learned with her and the difference between hens and toms and their attitudes. So, you know, we're very grateful for the experience with her and that we were blessed with such a great bird.
Yeah.
It's just now you got to deal with it if something happens to him, and that's okay.
And she was a broad-breasted turkey. I mean, she was a broad-breasted bronze, but even that type of turkey, they didn't have long lifespans. You know, they weren't built for long lifespans. So
because they were meant to just kind of fatten up and be a meal. And that's, yeah, I know.
Sorry,
we sprinted out of there trying to get the birds to follow, and they're not even following.
They're kind of making their way this way. We can keep walking, I just gotta walk slower.
Yeah, well, there ain't no way those turkeys are getting through that fence, so they'll eventually call the guineas back out here. I just wonder if I have to stay close, or can they like just follow the trail?
I bet they can find their way back.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, guys, as you know, here at Shady Acres on K&S Get Out, we take things in stride. We have lived by the one day at a time mentality to help our anxiety with all the projects and things we've got to get done. And in this case, it's the very same thing. One day at a time. You know, we're still processing this. If I'm being real honest, at the time I'm filming this, I have not texted my dad, my brothers.
The only people that know are Trevor and Amanda.
Yeah, you guys are learning at the very same time. So that's how fresh and raw and real it is. And it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. This is that transition to the positivity. This is what you have to do to. So on a more positive note, shifting gears on you a little bit, the war on the mice is still moving forward. We will probably wait for the next video. We'll take you back in there, show the progress that we've made, and kind of catch you up on mice, man. Goodness gracious.
Look, they all followed us. Where's the turks? Oh,
they're slow.
I see a head.
Come on, tic-tics. Golly.
What goof troops. You birds are so silly. So you guys know what we do whenever we're having a rough day. We go down and we see our goats because they always bring a smile to our face.
And a Herc.
And our Herc. You can't go down and see Herc without having a smile on your face.
Yeah.
So it's a tough day for us. This is a rough one. We really did like Christina. So on a little more positive note, happier note, we're gonna go see the goats, see how they're doing, check on them, and get some love from them.
Maybe we should see if Spruce has anything to say.
Spruce always has something to say.
He does have a lot of words.
Hi. Aren't you guys adorable?
We got full bellies and napping.
Yep. They've already eaten, so it's kind of nap time, hangout time.
Oh, this guy just woke up from a slumber.
This guy
too.
was sleeping.
Hi, buddy. Were you eating straw in your house? How are you?
Bless you.
He says this is off the normal routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is certified nap time, isn't it, buddy?
Look at those sleepy eyes.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has fresh straw in their houses, so they're all cuddled up, staying warm. It's nap time, huh? Hi.
Stay with me, buddy.
It is pretty cozy in here, isn't it?
Let's go, boy. Mama's face, man.
Can I clean your face a little bit, Mama?
Excuse you. He wants to give you a kiss.
I know you want to give me a kiss, but I don't need any kisses. Yeah. We won't stay down here long. We just want to give everybody a...
He says, try and walk away from me, Mom. Bet you
I mean, when you're having a bad day, all you got to do is come get some Herc love.
Speaking of Herc love and Herc hugs, little update on the e-collar training. It's been wet. Yes, that thing is very waterproof and all that stuff, but he's really been making great progress, and specifically not in the way of how he reacts to the e-collar, but to our commands with the enforcement. I do have to say he's still, like, I don't know if they make a more powerful version of that thing or if I'm just too used to touching my electrical fence. Sometimes it can, you know, if he's really amped and going, it doesn't have quite the same effect as others. But he's doing a great job, and he doesn't hate us. He doesn't know that the collar is what does it, so he lets me put it on, no problem. But it's been a good experience, much better than I initially anticipated. Speaking of updates, my little guy, Hair Bear, you are a very loved goat, my friend, but you got a bad habit, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a real bad habit you learned from your mama.
So this little guy, when he was sick, we found out because he was blocked up. Get it? And come to find out, we think it had something to do with him getting into Herc's food. Excuse me. So to keep him out of Herc's food, we now bring Herc's food out while we're feeding the rest of them, and he will eat while they're eating. And so I think he's getting used to that. I think it's only been a couple days. But then we put his food away if we're not in here, because this guy will go get in it. And even if you holler at him, like he looks at you and he tries to grab another couple pieces, you got to run and take him out of it.
This girl also gets into it, don't you?
Yeah, she
usually
kicks off the party. Oh, Larry's in there talking to Spruce. The Spruce is talking back. You know what I didn't think about, babe?
What's that?
He's smelling that that turkey's covered in blood.
Oh.
He's like
high alert, huh?
trying to figure out what in the world. I mean, he watches the white turkeys anyway because they'll tease him through the fence, but
Can I not pet Blue?
man, the fact that they can just both be up there I'll have to check my phone. Earlier some sirens went by while we were feeding, but we weren't filming, and I tried to get it out and listen to him sing a song, and Blue stayed up there with him.
She did?
Oh yeah, she was just listening to his pretty song.
Were you singing to Blue? Yeah, were you singing to her?
That's a good boy. You're so handsome. You told those sirens where to go, didn't you, buddy?
Hey, I would love it if you kept those paws to yourself, mister.
I want to touch
I would love it if you kept them to yourself.
Hi, little bear. So this guy, man, when we let them out, you know, they eat over there. We put Blue and the boys in there and then close her in. We let Mama and her crew eat over there, and of course, Spruce and Luigi go over there. The moment you open Blue's gate, she comes over this direction. Well, I didn't even know you was filming.
Well, hi, Sprucer.
I'm back. Do I got something on my face, Dad? Am my camera ready? Mom,
What's up, bud?
could you hook me up with a little help here? I got something on my face here. I'm not camera ready.
Oh, let's take a look. Oh, here, let's clean you up real quick, okay?
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
well,
It's fine. You're good. Okay, action. I love hay. I love my mom. I love my goat pen. Herx. Well, he's okay.
you love her.
He's all right.
Look at his face all the way in there.
Don't let us bother you, Spruce, man. Yeah, you're not. I'm not. Don't worry about it. You just do what you got to do, and I'm boss.
Are you getting the good pieces? Your head's all the way in that feeder.
Of course I am. Num, num, num. Num, num. Num, num. Mom, you want some? Come on.
I'll take some.
I made you a little hole over here to stick your head in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, don't
Can you
touch my
stick my
head,
head in there? Okay, can I get in here with you?
They really do burrow holes in these things.
Oh, yeah.
Silly boy.
You're the only one stuffing your face, dude.
He's our pig goat. Pig goat, guard goat, dog goat.
Silly boy.
Got some fresh straw in there.
Are you guys gonna help me spread the straw? You're doing a fantastic job. Yes, you are. Mama, it's not for eating. It's your bedding. Doing great, boys. Keep it up.
They're all a little extra fluffed up because that's what they do when they get cold. It's cute and it's hilarious, but that's how we know when they're cold, is they tell us by showing us their fluffy fur and faces. It's adorable.
It is adorable.
Speaking of adorable, we love you, buddy. It's a good boy. Yes, sir. Love you too, big guy. Yeah. I heard you just tell Herc that. Mm-hmm. Are there guineas on our roof?
I think there are guineas on the roof.
Oh yeah, I thought we got away from them, but they followed us.
Oh no, they follow us everywhere.
Well guys, sorry for the somber attitude in this video. So we're gonna be all right.
We're just still processing.
Very thankful for the time we had with Christina and the joy that she brought to our lives.
Yeah.
And the awesome life we were able to provide her, right? Who doesn't want to live on shady acres if you're an animal?
Exactly. I think some people want to live with shady acres that aren't animals.
I want to be here. Well guys, we love and appreciate you. We appreciate the support a ton. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Don't peck my leg. Well, that's not for you. Please don't peck me. And all of a sudden you're fine? That's it? You're gonna peck my leg? You're just fine all of a sudden. Do you have an egg stuck in there? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Well, thank you. No. Leave it. Yeah.
Gotta get back to the goats.